Of Weatherwise, Jackson explains the aurora and how it works.
Meteorologist Jackson Chastain here with the latest edition of Weatherwise, and today we're going to talk about something that's not maybe necessarily weather. It's more of a kind of a space weather phenomenon. You also see it far northern in the latitudes, places like Iceland, places like Canada, you'll see it more often, but it's called the aurora. It's actually a very beautiful phenomenon, and basically all it is, though, is you get these charged particles that are emitted from the sun, from what's called the solar wind, and as that wind kind of makes its way off to the Earth, these heated and charged particles, well, without anything, we would be in serious danger because they can cause a lot of damage to your skin, cause skin cancer, all sorts of stuff like that. Thankfully, we have something called the magnetic field, which surrounds the Earth's atmosphere, and it kind of deflects these particles up and around the Earth's surface so that a very minimum amount of these particles actually reach Earth's atmosphere. Now, that's the norm. That's the normal case for what you'll see. Sometimes you will see a stronger solar wind, a very more intense solar wind. And basically what happens in situations like that is you're going to see some of these particles, not only you're going to see more of these particles breaching kind of that magnetic field, bending it down, and you'll see them reaching the poles. And basically what happens when they reach the poles, when they get into Earth's atmosphere, you're seeing them interact with particles such as nitrogen, such as oxygen. And basically what happens is when you get this energy that's being absorbed by the nitrogen and the oxygen, what happens is that you get an increase in the energy level of those particles. As a result, they're going to let it out at some point. They're going to let that energy back out into the atmosphere after they absorb it. When they do, they usually emit it in a form of different colors of light. So you'll see all the spectrum of the rainbow here with oxygen, which with nitrogen, they release different colors as well. So depending on what you see more of in parts of the atmosphere is what you'll get in the color of that aurora. But basically the result is a very spectacular phenomenon, which again, if you have a chance to travel to places like Iceland or Norway or any place further north or even the South Pole, because it occurs in the southern hemisphere, in the South Pole as well, not just the North Pole, very beautiful phenomenon. And it can last for minutes to hours, but again, just very spectacular to look at. But this has been the latest edition of Weatherwise. As always, if you have any questions, you can post those to our Facebook, to our Twitter. You can send us an email. But otherwise, you guys have a great one.
Weatherwise is brought to you by Four County Electric Power Association.